So the last move that a writer needs to make in their argument essay is countering. And countering is when the writer argues the other side or the opposing side of their own claim. So the aim of countering is to open up new lines of inquiry. On your note card in your foldable on the blank side, you wrote the definition of countering as pushback against the text in some way. This is where, after you have stated your claim and you've provided lots of evidence to support your claim and explained how the evidence supports your claim, you need to take a moment and give consideration to the opposing side. So, what would the opposing side have to say? And why would they argue against you or push back against you? What's the evidence? And then why do you still continue to disagree with that? On the back side of your note card, we wrote down what countering looks like. And we wrote that it is language that takes another approach, it identifies hidden or absent arguments, or it explains where an argument falls short. Some of our sentence starters that signal to the writer that we are going to be countering or giving the opposing side is when we begin by saying, the same thing can be said for, or the author doesn't really explain why, or what the author fails to consider is, or this is true, but, or another way to look at it is. So, for example, if my claim is that Missouri should allow driverless cars on the roads, my claim is that Missouri should make driverless cars legal on the highways because I think that they're safe. And I give lots of evidence and extend to support my claim. There's going to come a time in my essay when I need to acknowledge the other side. And I need to say, although some people disagree with me and believe that driverless cars should be illegal on Missouri roads because they think underage kids will be using them without adult supervision. And then I extend and I say, this may be true, but it could be easily prevented by enacting some laws. So notice the three things that I did in this countering move that's printed in red. First, I state what the opposing side says. I say some people believe that driverless cars should be illegal, and I explain why. What is their main reason? And I say because they think underage kids will be using them without adult supervision. The next thing that I need to do, which I left out here, but what I need to do is I need to provide a piece of evidence that would support this. And I could say in the article, Driverless Cars Still Not Flying from USA Today, it states that, and I could quote a text that shows that some people are concerned because underage kids will be driving them. And then I need to extend. I need to say something about that quoted text or about my thinking. And that's where this signal sentence starter comes into play. I say this may be true, but it could be easily prevented by enacting some laws. So there are three parts to countering. You need to state what the opposing side says that goes against your claim. You need to give a reason why they have that opposing view. You need to give a piece of evidence, and you need to explain in your own words why you still disagree with this. So the countering move is represented by the bulldozer, who you might see on the side of the highway. It's scooping up material, it's pushing back against the earth. And this is what you do in your argument essay. You push back against one side. So you say, this is what some people believe. This is the evidence that supports that. However, this is my pushback. This is why I am against that in some way. I disagree with it or I challenge it. So once again, just remember that countering is a move that all writers make in an argument essay. In fact, it is what makes an argument essay an argument essay. Without countering, you simply have an opinion piece of writing. So keep in mind the sentence starters that can signal to the reader that you are going to begin countering.